The screen flickers, static. Then, a dark chamber appears, cold, metallic, filled with towering alien figures. Their glowing eyes stare without pity. At the center stands Ambassador James Rourke, Earth's top diplomat. His suit is torn, his face pale but calm. A voice booms. James Rourke, you are guilty of crimes against the Galactic Order. The sentence is death. Gasps echo across the room. Protests rise from Earth's small delegation, but no one listens. Suddenly, gravity fades. Rourke floats, then a metal cord tightens around his neck. He struggles, eyes widen, hands reach for air. The feed cuts to black dot, then Earth dot cities fall silent. Families gather in shock. Leaders stare at screens, frozen. News spreads like fire. Anger boils in every home, on every street. Then, the president steps forward. Live, face hard as stone. This will not go unanswered. And somewhere in the dark, a war begins to wake. ASCA explain, the world is on fire, not with flames, but with anger. In every city, every home, people watch the execution over and over. They see Ambassador Rourke float, struggle, then go still. The video spreads like lightning. For years, Earth begged for respect, followed rules, stayed quiet when insulted, smiled when mocked. No more. Protests rise. Flags fly at half-mast. Soldiers march in the streets not to fight, but to stand ready in secret rooms. Leaders meet, generals, scientists, presidents. For the first time, they speak one language. Just as old wounds are reopened, trade deals that cheated Earth, tech denied to humans, colonies blocked by the Galactic Council. One general stands up. We've been a joke long enough. A vote is called, not for peace, not for talks, but for something no one has said before: declare eternal vengeance. Silence fills the room. Then, one by one, hands rise. Yes, and across the globe, plans begin. Not for war, but for revenge. The galaxy expected tears, mourning. Silence. Instead. Earth answered with fire. In the dead of night, across global networks, orders were sent. Ships moved, weapons armed. Eyes watched the stars, not with fear, but fury. And then, without warning, the first strike hit. A small alien colony, one that voted for Rourke's death, burned in silence. Human warships dropped from hyperspace like ghosts. Missiles screamed through the dark. Defenses fell in minutes. No long speeches, no threats, just action. Across the galaxy, news spread fast. Humans are fighting back. Alien leaders laughed at first. A tantrum, they said. They'll calm down. But Earth didn't stop. Another target fell. Then another, each tied to the conspiracy, each a message. We are not your students anymore. Back home, people cheered, not with joy, but with purpose. Streets filled, not with panic, but pride. For the first time, Earth wasn't asking for peace. It was taking justice. The war room awakens. Brains behind the vengeance deep under a mountain, far from prying eyes. Earth's best minds gathered. Soldiers, scientists, hackers, engineers, strategists. They were once divided. Now they are one. Maps of the stars glow on walls. Alien tech is taken apart, studied, improved. AI runs thousands of battle simulations every second. Every weakness is found. Every strength sharpened. This is not just war. It's smart war. Humans don't just build weapons. They outthink. They use speed where aliens use size. Tricks where aliens use brute force. A young hacker finds a backdoor into enemy comes. A scientist designs a new shield in just weeks. A pilot trains for hours in a virtual sky full of danger above ground. The world waits. Below, plans are made. One general speaks. We may be late to the stars, but we learn fast, and we never forget. Outside, ships rise into the sky. The war room is ready, and so is Earth, a promise. Not all enemies wear alien faces. As Earth's strikes hit their targets, something darker begins to surface. Hidden files, secret messages, and coded transmissions, all pointing to a shocking truth. Someone on Earth helped hang Ambassador Rourke. The war room scrambles. Trust cracks like thin ice. Who gave the Galactic Council the evidence? Who fed them lies? A name rises from the shadows, a high-ranking official, once trusted, now exposed, across the globe. Shock turns to rage. Families of diplomats, soldiers, and leaders watch in horror as the traitor is arrested. Some call for execution. Others demand answers. In a dimly lit interrogation room, the man speaks. They promised peace. If we gave them one head, but peace was never the plan. Back in space, Earth's forces move faster. They raid an alien spy base deep in the void. What they find chills even the toughest soldiers. More names, more plots. A list of every human diplomat marked for death next. The galaxy wanted Earth broken instead. It woke its fury, and now Earth knows who else must fall. Earth is no longer just fighting for revenge. It's fighting for allies across the galaxy. Oppressed species whisper the same name, humanity. They once saw humans as weak. Now they see them as warriors, and hope burns in their hearts. In secret, Earth sends ships not to attack, but to help. Weapons, tech, training, messages of courage. Human agents land on alien worlds under cover of night. They meet rebels hiding in shadows, slaves planning escape. Fighters with nothing left to lose, one by one, sparks become flames. On a mining moon, workers rise against their alien masters. On a prison planet, prisoners break free, guided by human maps and tools. In deep space, a rebel fleet forms flying side by side with Earth ships. An alien rebel leader speaks into a hidden camera. Now we follow them into battle. Back home, Earth watches the fight grow. Not alone, not afraid, but united. And somewhere out there, the galaxy begins to shake. Not from Earth alone, but from what it has set free. The galaxy once laughed at Earth. Now it fears it. Across alien worlds, leaders gather in secret. Council halls buzz with panic. Once, humans were easy to control. Now, they strike fast, hit hard, and never stop. Reports flood in. Rebel uprisings grow stronger. Trade routes are disrupted. Human ships move like ghosts through the dark. On the capital world of the Vorthon Empire, a high counselor stands before glowing screens filled with human war footage. We taught them diplomacy, he says, voice tight. Now they teach us war. Fear spreads like fire. Some aliens call for peace. Others demand total destruction. But one warning echoes louder than the rest. They are not our students anymore. They are our rivals. And in the cold silence of space, something shifts. The galaxy no longer looks down on Earth. It looks across to a rising power and wonders if it's already too late. Earth is no longer hiding in the shadow of the stars. Cities once filled with fear now pulse with purpose. Schools teach war history. Factories build ships instead of cars. Farmers grow food for soldiers, not just citizens. People walk taller, not with pride, but with purpose. In space, human colonies shine brighter. New bases rise on moons and asteroids. Ships, once outnumbered, now fly in formations that turn heads and make enemies think twice. On the streets, a child points at a sky full of stars and says, "We're up there now," and his mother smiles. In a quiet speech, Earth's president stands before the world. We were mocked. We were used, but today we stand tall. Back in the war room, scientists unveil new tech, faster engines, stronger armor, smarter weapons. Aliens who once laughed now watch closely. One by one, the galaxy begins to see what has changed. Humanity is not asking for peace anymore. It is earning respect. And somewhere, far in space, a lone ship flies past a dying sun. Its name, the Roar. A symbol, a warning, a promise. The galaxy holds its breath across stars and systems. The message spreads like fire. Earth demands justice or brings annihilation in a cold chamber on the alien homeworld of Zelzar. Galactic Council leaders argue. Some want peace, others scream for war. They are just humans. One shouts, "No," says another, eyes dark. They are wolves in sheep's skin, and we let them grow teeth. On Earth, preparations continue. Ships load weapons. Soldiers stand ready. Families say goodbye, not with tears, but with quiet strength. A final offer is sent, full apology for Rourke's death return of stolen to equal status. Among galactic powers, the clock ticks. Will the aliens accept, or will the stars burn in fire? Back at the war room, a general speaks to his troops. We've come too far to beg. We'll take peace if they give it, but we won't flinch if they choose war. Silence falls to 4 hours. One wrong move, and the galaxy explodes, and somewhere, deep in space, a ship turns toward Earth. The answer is coming. The countdown ends, but the stars do not burn. Instead, something new rises, not from fear, but from fire. Some alien leaders accept Earth's terms, others refuse. Battles still rage in distant corners of space, but the tide has turned. Earth is no longer a student, no longer a joke. It is a power. On the planet's surface, people watch as ships return, not broken, but victorious. Cities light up in celebration, not with wild joy, but with quiet pride. A new flag flies on a distant moon, Earth's mark among the stars. In a final broadcast, Earth's president speaks. We were told to stay small, to ask for peace and take what we were given. No more. Across the galaxy, humans stand taller. Not just soldiers and leaders, but farmers, teachers, pilots, dreamers. They are no longer just humans, they are starborn. And as the screen fades to black, one voice echoes through the void. We are here, and we are never leaving.